This is a shocking scam that has been laid out for decades. If it weren't for Spider-Man's death, the truth might never have surfaced. Because a virus sweeps through, people from birth must rely on biological armor to sustain their lives. Everyone sees Iron Man as a god because he is not only the ruler of the city of technology, but also everyone's savior. Until one day, Spider-Man discovered the truth about the armor people wear, but he met with a tragic end. Fortunately, after dissecting Spider-Man, Thor found his memory storage stick, and all secrets are about to be revealed. On a sunny afternoon, there were two figures in front of Spider-Man's grave. They stayed for a long time, not leaving. They weren't teenagers addicted to finding free Wi-Fi, but Peter's girlfriend, Ji Lee, and her friend Lisa. After the assassination incident, the two were unharmed. Now they came to the cemetery to visit Peter together. Ji Lee stood in front of the tombstone, feeling both sad and sorrowful, with a hint of anger. She lost her best other half. This guy claimed to love her, but he never revealed his true identity. She clearly could have protected him too. Ji Lee felt as if she was mourning for someone she didn't know. He left her with all his secrets. Lisa reassured her, saying that Peter did this, perhaps to protect Ji Lee. This big boy was always so kind. At this time, Thor arrived. After some small talk, he asked about the factory attack. Ji Lee told Thor that in his eyes, it was just a commercial spy. Compared to this, she cared more about who killed her man. Thor told her the results of the investigation. Because of the armor, Peter was infected by a peculiar spider virus. That's why he became Spider-Man. And it is precisely because of the spider virus he discovered why everyone is afflicted with the disease, and the secret of why they must always wear armor. While they were repairing the memory storage strip, they found a voice recording. Even if it is just a short segment, the revealed information was still shocking. It turned out that Peter's uncle Ben also died in the same way, because he, like Peter, discovered the truth of the citizen's illness. This truth seemed like a curse. Everyone who knows it must die unnaturally. During the investigation, a man appeared on Thor's list. Kingpin. There are rumors that this crime boss of the technology city is colluding with Arno, and the attackers on the Ji Lee factory before were wearing Devil Ray armor, which is a product of Arno Industries. So Thor inquired with Ji Lee about that attack incident, although Ji Lee didn't think much of it. But in this, there must be some unspeakable pie transaction. Thor is convinced the mastermind behind it is the Fat Man. There's no escaping. Meanwhile, Tony is currently flying to Arno Tower. He is furious. He knows that the attacker of the Ji Lee factory is Arno. He would never allow anyone to harm the daughter of his deceased friend. Arno Tower's paper-thin security couldn't possibly stop the enraged Iron Man. Even if hundreds of robots are deployed and dozens of missiles, it would still be to no avail. Tony crashes straight into Arno. The brothers passionately brawled midair until both fell to the ground, but they both burst into laughter. Brother, we have a lot to talk about this time. Tony, all these years, you haven't changed a bit. In the factory, Ji Lee at this time is tirelessly repairing the armor, because only this thing can avenge Spider-Man. Lisa accompanies Ji Lee. From their conversation, we finally know. It turns out the name of Ji Lee's factory is called Mobile Fortress Machinery Institute, taken from his parents, meaning Mobile Fortress is the last Noah's Ark to protect humanity. The two worked until late at night. Lisa's communicator suddenly rang. Lisa, when you see this message, it means I have already perished. It is Thor's last words. The time goes back 3 hours. After Thor and Ji Lee's conversation ended, he confronted Kingpin. He took this opportunity to arrest Kingpin. It was a duel of iron armor. Performance determined the balance of victory. Laser, cannon, missile. The smell of gunpowder filled the sky over the city of technology. But obviously, Kingpin, who has been dealing in the dark corridors for years, had the upper hand. You pathetic fool. Even if you can kill Spider-Man, you will never be my match, because I am. Wait, I didn't kill. Before Kingpin could finish, he was blown to pieces by the activated gods of Thor's realm, shattered into fragments. The incomplete Kingpin, in his final moments, said to Thor he couldn't bear being framed. He didn't kill Spider-Man at all. Thor understood then. Things were far from as simple as he imagined. But he didn't know. After eliminating a wrong answer, death took one step closer to him. Thor returned to the Hall of Justice, informed by his subordinate that Spider-Man's memory storage strip had been repaired. Just as Thor was intently watching the images of Peter before his death, his subordinate behind him, both feet slowly left the ground. Following a moment of silent struggle, the silhouette of a man gradually became clear. Iron Man. Tony stood behind Rhodes, motionless, until he finished watching all the images. When Thor turned his head to see Tony, there was not a trace of panic, because he already knew. The man in front of him was the real culprit behind Peter's murder. Spider-Man's death was due to that buried history. Also the founder of the Stark family, right? You are now under arrest. Tony Stark. The charge is the murder of innocent civilians. Listening to Thor's righteous judgment, Tony's face twisted with a smirk. This was his domain. Everything was set by him. No one had the right to arrest him, not even the god of order of the city of technology. As he spoke, he locked on to Thor's armor, but Rhodes had already made preparations. His men would arrive soon. However, he forgot. His men's armor was also a product of Tony's company. At that moment, Tony called Arno to inquire about the situation. Arno replied that everything was under control. All the police had been controlled by the two brothers. So, you are now colluding with Arno as well? No. It is Stark's surname and shared memories. Let us forge an alliance again. Tony revealed the secret of the City of Technology to Thor, also the Stark family's secret, to make everyone buy armor. Howard created a mysterious virus. He originally intended to infect some people, but the virus's power exceeded his imagination. The entire city was eroded by the virus, including the Stark family. Everyone had to rely on buying their family's armor to survive, so that the secret wouldn't be exposed. Tony had to paint Howard as the savior of the City of Technology. Only then could they control the entire city with armor. Iron Man could be the supreme lord of this city. But there are always fish that escape the net. Sooner or later, someone will discover this secret, like Spider-Man and his Uncle Ben. But they weren't the first to fall victim. Remember the genius girl Ji Lee? Her deceased parents. When developing the firewall back then, they accidentally discovered the truth, so they had to die. There's also Jin B. In fact, she was a double agent. She informed both Arnold's plan and Tony's secret to each other. This is why Jin B could maneuver freely in the City of Technology. You are truly ruthless. No. Just because I am Tony Stark. After revealing the truth, Iron Man used a hand cannon to kill his best friend, Thor. At this moment, Lisa and GD. I regarded her as a father. But she caused the death of my parents and Peter, as well as Uncle Ben. Now, and Uncle Ben, now, plus Rhodes. We must overthrow her, even if it means overturning this city. Mobile fortresses. Launch the attack. A great war finally ignites. And in this ultimate battle, we finally understand the technology Jed researched, what exactly it is. It turns out to prevent people wearing the armor from finding the secret of the virus's origin. The Stark family's armor induces the wearer's thoughts, making people not investigate the truth. But Peter's spider virus made him immune to the induction, thus revealing the secret, and the technology Jed researched is precisely the core technology of the armor's thought induction. Therefore, Tony wanted to acquire Jetty's company in the name of protection to bury the truth forever. War in a stalemate, Jetty and Lisa gradually fall into a disadvantage, a fortress being beaten by the Iron Army. External devices have already been severely damaged. Just when everyone thought the outcome was decided, Lisa used the reverse virus of thought induction, infected all of Tony's subordinates. They controlled everyone's armor, and this ultimate Iron War thus completely came to an end. Subtitles provided by